Hi, I'm Marsh from StrataGames, and today we're playing some Boros Eidolons. This is a list by Aldrine, who got second place in a Pauper challenge with it. And the thing that I really liked about this list is that it's not using the Tireless Tribe Inside Out combo, which has been kind of a staple of this deck for the past couple months while it's been around, but instead is just using some more generic value. So we're playing Fiery Tempers and Scrapwork Mutts in place of the combo. We have Spirit Mascot, which is going to be growing due to all of our Eidolons coming back from the graveyard whenever we cast a multicolored spell. Still playing Sneaky Snackers. Tons of ways to draw with Pursue the Past, Thrilling Discovery, and Faithless Looting. Voldar and Epicures. We're playing a couple Torch the Tower for our opponent's Sneaky Snackers. A one of Sentinel's Eyes, which is something that we can discard, get back over and over, and gives vigilance to our enormous creatures, which can be really strong. Also a one of Prismatic Strands, which can just help keep our creatures alive in the early game. Some Thraben Charms for some utility. And then we have a couple Boros Garrisons, Windscarred Crag, and just a bunch of basics. Then in our sideboard, a couple Dust to Dust, another Strands, Charm, a Flaring Pain, some Red Elemental and Pyroblasts, Gorilla Shamans, and the Festivities and Campfires. So, pretty excited to take this for a league. Let's see how we do.
Thanks to Card Market for sponsoring this video. I've written a comprehensive guide on how to play White Weenie in Pauper, including my ideal stock list, over 30 sideboard matchups, and a sideboard cheat sheet, which gives you a very easy snapshot view and what to sideboard for every single matchup. I also have guides for Black Sack and Esper Affinity. Each guide is only $15, and if you buy one, you will get all future updates that I ever make to that guide for free. I also offer coaching, so if you're interested in upping your Pauper game for any of the decks that I'm very proficient in, or if you're interested in having me play your deck in a future video, you can do a deck donation, which is the only way you'll ever see me playing Cycle Storm or Flickertron.
Alright, this hand looks pretty good. We have a turn 2 Snacker back from the grave, play a Crag and pass. They have Tron on turn 3 with their map. Lucky them. Spirit Mascot. I could play that now, and then it would grow with the Snacker next turn, so it would actually be larger. I think it's probably better to start with the Mascot then. Would be dealing more damage quicker. Bonder's Ornament. That's pretty good. Looks like they're just going to draw from that. Fiery Temper. I can do that later. So let's Pursue the Past with a Snacker. This grows. Swing for 3. They have an Impulse. Okay, Impulse makes me think Flickertron, and then Epicure here. Pretty decent damage coming in. We should be able to make it so they only take about 2 more turns, obviously without interaction. They have a Prism, Mole Drifter. I can Fiery Temper that though. Although I do want another Mascot coming down. No, I think we'll do the Mutt. I guess they could have Ephemerate right here. That'd be pretty bad. Well, we're gonna use it anyway. All right, they didn't have it. Nice. Garrison on a mountain, swing for 6, pass. Generous Ent. Okay, I have removal for that, although they could have a Ghostly Flicker up here. Not anymore. They could still have an Ephemerate, but they didn't have it last turn. They cracked their food. Okay. Ooh, and a Fiery Temper. So I could Thraben Charm this. Currently we have 8 damage on board. So I could Pursue the Past, discarding a Fiery Temper, put them to 2. Problem is I'm not getting anything out of my graveyard here. I think we start with a Thrilling Discovery, actually. Discarding Fiery Temper, Pursue the Past, throw that at them, and then we are just going to Charm this, put them to 2 here. Can't quite kill, but I think that's our best course of action. Holding up Charm to hit their graveyard would have been nice, but then we can't really attack without throwing away like a Mascot. We put them really low. Of course, if they have Mystical into Moment's Peace and stuff, that's going to be tough, unless we find another Fiery Temper. They have a Mystical Teachings to get a Weather the Storm. Impulse. Maybe play something else. I guess they haven't hit a land drop yet. Because if all they got after that's Weather, they're only gaining 9, but they could have like another Prism or something. Ghostly Flicker. Sure. Prism. So that's 15. They still have 2 mana for like something else maybe. There's the first Weather. See if there's another one. Alright, so they gained 15 up to 17. Not the worst. We're not going to kill this turn, so I think I just play a Spirit Mascot. I want to Blood Token away this Aurora Eidolon and then Pursue the Past, but I actually don't have the mana since I cast the Mascot, but I think it was right to do the Mascot. So let's just Pursue the Past. Growing these guys, discarding this. Swing for a bunch. Down to 8. They still have Mystical Teachings in their grave at the very least. They have a Murmuring Mystic, then a Pulse of Marasa, it looks like. Yeah. Get back Generous Ent, and they pass. Play another Mascot, bring back the Eidolon, grow these guys, discard the Eidolon to the Blood Token, Fiery Temper. I fear they're going to have some big Weather the Storm or something, or just a Fog. I think we attack first. I guess these don't make sense. Just because they get eaten by the Mystic. Moment's Peace, Thrilling Discovery, bring back the Eidolon, grow the team, discard Temper and Eidolon, which I guess I'll cast at them. I can kill a bird, but like, what does that matter? Then here I got a looting if I want, but I don't think we want to do that, so I'll just play a tap land and pass. Up to 30. Another Muldrifter, Stonehorn Dignitary. In the main deck, pretty annoying. Refractor, and they're going to attack. They don't need to block. Play another Mascot. That's our 4th one. Faithless Looting. Discard these. Guess I'm going to take out the Muldrifter, hoping they don't currently have a Ghostly Flicker. And then could Pursue the Past. Probably makes the most sense. Just for mana efficiency. We get this back. Our team grows enormously. And we have no combat, so we pass. I don't think I have enough direct damage left, because I've already used every single Fiery Temper in my deck. They're going to pass. We'll swing. Flashback Moments Piece. Scrapwork Mutt. Get rid of a mountain. Faithless Looting. Get rid of a couple lands. Poldarin Epicure. We'll garrison back a mountain. Just pass here. They have a Mystical Teachings. Finds Weather the Storm. I did cast a couple spells this turn, I suppose. More than I thought. They gain 18. Conduit Pylons. Generous Ent. Flashback. Faithless Looting. Grow the team. Discard a couple of these. Swing with all our biggest mascots, which they're going to chump. Bring back Eidolon. Discard it again. Sentinel's Eyes. Right. Scrapwork Mutt. Discard a Plains. Pass the turn. They got another Mystical. Finds Unwind. Bonder's Ornament. With Unwind, all they need to do is Mystical for like a Ghostly Flicker. I guess they also need a Mnemonic Wall. Pretty sure we're going to be dead though. Heritage Reclamation. On Pursue the Past. You fool. It only grows my mascots larger. Attack with a bunch of birds. I'll trade with a Snacker. Scrapwork Mutt, discard a Snacker. Eidolon, get our Snackers back. Craig, put a Sentinel's Eyes on our smallest mascot, because it's already still enormous. We'll attack with everybody. Flashback Mystical Teachings. Finds Ghostly Flicker. Block all the big guys. They're going to have to flicker the Mystic instead of the Ent, which has an ETB, so I'm not sure why they wouldn't have swapped those, but so be it. We lose our next combat. We're only dealing them 6. And they have a Breath Weapon, which I have a Prismatic Strands for. Unfortunately, because of the way they did it, I had... we'll just concede. We're going to lose anyway, but I'd already F6'd, and they did it in a really weird way, which kind of got around the F6. I don't know if that was intentional or not. Doesn't really matter. We get Flaring Pain for the Fog, Gorilla Shaman, Dust to Dust, Thraben Charm, if we want all of that. I will say Sentinel's Eyes doesn't matter. Torch the Tower doesn't matter. Fiery Tempers don't even seem to matter that much. Like, hitting them is not bad because it does get through Fog. Strands can be good, obviously, against a Breath Weapon, because they could have gotten that earlier if it was really a problem. So I feel like having 1 Strands is probably still good. Is Gorilla Shaman too late? I mean, blowing up all their artifacts seems pretty good. Their artifacts are just pretty expensive. Maybe it should just be Dust to Dust. Got like another Fiery. Alright, on the play, game 2. This one looks okay. We got a Mascot into a Pursue the Past, and we have a Dust to Dust, which is not like Affinity where it's going to be incredible on turn 3, but it could be good getting Prism and something else, potentially. Not on turn 3, probably a little later. Yeah, we'll just start with some Mascots, though. This is how we started last time, so I'm not super confident, but, like, it could be good. There's a Refractor. There's a Snacker. I think I'm going to go with the second Mascot, and then I can do the Snacker next turn, growing them both. Or if they play another artifact, I'm just going to Dust to Dust. The Natural Tron. There's another Refractor. They could have Unwind. We'll attack first to see if that draws anything out. They could have, like, a Breath Weapon, which would be really annoying to kill both of these. Moment's Peace. That's fine. That means they can't unwind, and it was only a little bit of damage, so let's try to take both of their sources. Their colored sources, that is. Cycle of Visionary's Dance. Interesting. Alright. That could be really good. They did get a Rimewood Falls earlier, so they can still get green and blue. Bonder's Ornament. Not as good as it would have appeared otherwise, but Pursue the Past. Discard Snacker. Get it back. Grow these guys out of range of Breath Weapon. Nice. And then I could just Faithless Looting. No current advantage. Like, probably worth it, though. I still have ways to draw for this. Yeah, let's just get rid of these. Thrilling Discovery. I'm going to need some cards to discard. I assume we'll see another Moment's Peace here, but if not, I can maybe Thraben Charm it away later before they use it. They are going to Bonder's Ornament to draw. Okay. Expedition Map. Mystic. Crack the map. Grab another Tower? No, Conduit Pylons. Okay. They're not going to be able to flashback the Moment's Peace with just this, which means they're going to have another one or something. So I'm going to hold on to the Charm. which means maybe I Faithless Looting first. Grow these guys. Snacker, Mountain, swing. They can block, take 6. I could shoot the Mystic. Of course, I could have done that already. They could have an Ephemerate for it. I think I should wait because I think I want to use this on the graveyard over the Mystic, which could be wrong. The Mystic can honestly be multiple fogs. I don't know. Probably would have been better to get rid of it. Impulse. Yeah, I mean, if we could have gotten rid of it, I think we should have. The question is, would they have had an Ephemerate or something? But it probably was worth it to try. Now, I guess I just go for the graveyard, though. They activate Bonder's Ornament, still in the end step. And Ghostly Flicker, Tower, and Pylons. I think they're just building up for a big Weather the Storm, which is fine. Yeah, it's what, 12? Yeah. Some birds. If I throw in Discovery now, I grow these to be big enough that they could get chumped by this or blocked by this, but then my Snacker dies this turn when I attack and it doesn't come back. I think that's probably worth it. I mean, I don't even have to attack with the Snacker if I don't want. Discard these guys. Get this. Dust to Dust. Not terrible to take this out, but unfortunately there's only one artifact on the field, so I'd have to have like my Scrapwork Mutt. And that's not happening. So I could pursue the past just to grow these more, although they're probably getting chumped anyway. And then I'm wasting the ability to bring these back later, but I kind of think I need to make something happen and not discard, or rather draw some more cards. Eidolon, not great. Swing just with these. Couple chump blocks. Yeah, I'm feeling like if we kill the Mystic, we might be in a much better spot. Oh, and they have Dinrova Horror. Sure. Discard this Eidolon. I mean, I don't mind the discard, but the bouncing of my enormous creature is pretty annoying. Play a Spirit Mascot. Grow this guy. Scrapwork Mutt. Discard a Snacker. Pursue the past. I could Dust to Dust here to get rid of both of our artifacts. My Mutt's already leaving, so getting rid of the Ornament I think might be good. They're going to Ephemerate the Dinrova Horror. Yep, that's pretty bad. Mascot goes back to hand. We discard this. Double Stacker gets blocked. I think if we take out the Ornament, they might run out of gas. That's my hope. It's pretty tough, but I think if they have the Ornament, there's no way that I can win. So I think we just got to do that. I know I'm going to get this bounced again. Now I have to discard something relevant. I probably need both of these. I think it's got to be the Pursue the Past. Mnemonic Wall with Ephemerate, of course, is pretty bad. They're just going to use it right now. Bounce some lands. So I guess I need a kill spell for this. Like, that's all I can do. Well, I can play one of these, get this back. I guess I shouldn't have gotten it back because I could get it back off of this, and this would grow, but whatever. Discard this, bring back all the Snackers, and Draven Charm is pretty good. I guess I keep this Mountain to discard if they bounce the Mascot again. Like, Charm can interrupt this loop, but not for another turn cycle, and I guess I kill the wall? Exiling the graveyard just feels worse. Oh, well, never mind. It's got to be the graveyard now. Oh, but they also have a Ghostly Flicker. Okay, I'm pretty sure we lose then. Yeah, they're not like infinite necessarily, but there's no way I'm coming back from that. That's got to be a pretty bad matchup for us if we don't have like land destruction in the sideboard, which we don't. All right. This one is decent. A little awkward because no white mana, and also looting into Scrapwork Mutt doesn't get this back. I could wait till turn 2 to Mutt, discard this, and then turn 3 get it back. But I think I could also just flash back the Faithless Looting by then, so I think we're just going to cast it. All right, we get our Epicure, or rather our Plains is the important part, so no big deal. They got a Delver, so I think we're just bringing back Snacker right away. Would love to have drawn another Snacker. That's okay. Discard a Mountain here, get this back, and pass. Mono Blue Terror is what I'm expecting. They're going to Brainstorm, make sure it flips. They got a Thought Scour. Swing for 3. Aurora Eidolon. We'll just play a couple creatures. We're going to leave up the Snacker for their Aberration. Discard here, play an Epicure. They're going to Thought Scour away a Deep Analysis and a Mental Note. Ponder. And they have a Cryptic Serpent. Another Snacker. So I guess I Scrapwork Mutt, discard the Snacker, because if I theoretically just find another Snacker, this allows me to get 2 of them on the board with this Pursue the Past. If not, that's okay. Bring back Eidolon, discard Eidolon, get back Snacker, pass the turn. Pretty sure if they attack with the Serpent, we just throw like 3 of these in front of it to trade. Like, these are all expendable. Flashback Deep Analysis, Demon Inferior on a Snacker. I did think that was a possibility. Second from the top for sure. I'll still put all 3 of these in front of the Cryptic Serpent, unless they got another Demon Inferior, in which case we'll just chump. I mean, I guess I should do some math real quick, because I do have 7 damage on them, but we're taking 9. Scrapwork Mutts can come back. Yeah, let's just block. I'm not expecting an instant speedway to bounce one of my guys. They could have a Vapor Snag, but I'm one of the few people who plays that. And no Terror, because they flashback Deep Analysis. Looks like they're trying to cast one. Okay, there's a Delver, though. Not as worried about the Delver. We got a mountain. We know that there's a Snacker on top, though. So I want to draw that before I pursue the past. Or I could just double Scrapwork Mutt. Get in for some attacks, maybe. Well, we'll do one for sure. Discard this, draw the Snacker. I think we're just going to pursue. Get these both back. Discard Snacker. Comes back. Swing for 2. Pass the turn. Flip Aberration on a counterspell. And a Ponder. Shuffles away. There's a Terror. No attacks. One Snacker holding back the world. Discard Eidolon. Garrison. Start with the looting. Discard 2 of these. Sentinel's Eyes on a Snacker is not bad. I think I'm going to do that because I don't care if they counter it. It allows me to attack in for damage and have a blocker. And also it allows me to double block the Terror and have lethal on it. So I'm going to attack here. I guess I already did draw my 2 for this turn. So if they trade, I don't get it back right away. Maybe that's not the best. Still probably fine. Then if I pursue the past, I get back a bunch of Eidolons. I'm not expecting it to resolve, but we have a bunch of them, so let's just do that. They are going to counter it, and yet I still draw 3. Sleep of the Dead on the Snacker. That's pretty good. If we'd drawn like a Spirit Mascot or something, I think we'd be in a good spot. Unfortunately, we have not, and we're in a bad spot. Faithless Looting, get that back, discard a couple of these. I do get a Torch the Tower for this, which we'll do in their upkeep, which means I guess I Scrapwork Mutt, discard a Mountain, swing for 2, and I'll Sentinel's Eyes on a Snacker, getting rid of some lands, try to Torch this Aberration. I could have done it with Bargain right there to scry one, but probably not super necessary. They do have a Dispel, pretty annoying. I mean, we are going to have a bunch of blockers next turn, but they do have double sleep if they want it. They could even sleep once now, so they don't have to keep one of these tapped next turn. They play an island. I guess they could double sleep now, and then double sleep these if they have enough cards for that. Not quite. Serpent. Well, that makes things trickier as well. Sleep. Give me something. That is something. So I have 7, 8 mana. So I can Scrapwork Mutt, pick off the Aberration, and I can maybe still Eidolon and hold up white for the activation. Yeah, we've drawn so many lands here. But yeah, they can sleep 2 guys, which looks like it would be lethal, except that the Aurora Eidolon can prevent the next 3 damage to be dealt to any target this turn, which I can do on us if they sleep 2 of these, which can keep us alive. Tap the Snacker, tap the Scrapper, block here, target this turn. So we sacrifice it targeting us, prevent the next 3 damage that would be dealt. So we'll only take 2, which is not going to be good enough unless I draw some good stuff here. More lands, of course. Pursue the Past gains us life, and if I cast 2 of those, I can survive this. So theoretically, that's good enough. All right, we're going to Pursue. Oh, I guess Pursue also gets us back more Eidolons, so worst case, I can play another one of these. Let's go to Mountain. I haven't played a land, so I could play an Eidolon and then just have that up. Like a Thrilling Discovery for a Fiery Temper. That doesn't really matter. I do have Vigilance here, so I guess I should attack. And then, yeah, if they can't tap / remove both of our guys, then the Eidolon can keep us alive again, same way as before. They have a Mental Note. That's pretty bad, because that gives 3. They need 1 more card in their graveyard to be able to tap both our guys, and then we die. And Thought Scour will do it. I really thought we were going to pull it out with the Eidolon trick. We just drew so many lands. Didn't see a single mascot. Really annoying. All right, we get Pyroblasts. And if we want them, Strands, not Flaring Pain, Strands and Thraben Charm. Torch was like okay, obviously against the Aberrations. Thraben Charm. Epicure seems kind of useless. I think Fiery Tempers and Mutts and Epicures are kind of the things that need to go. So we'll do a couple of each of those. Alright, this hand is really bad. Let's get rid of it. This one is better. Could just Faithless Looting right away. That doesn't do much. Digs, I think that's what we get rid of. I don't know. We do need another red for like Pursue the Past, Fiery Temper, but Snacker. Looting again. Pursue the Past here just doesn't do much. I think I'm just going to wait. Although we only have 1 red mana and everything uses red, so maybe I should just get some of it going, knowing that I'm probably not going to be Pyroblasting anything this turn. Windscarred Crag helps with that a little bit though. They're going to Brainstorm, Thought Scour, Sleep of the Dead, Mental Note. Hits 2 spells, so that's a Terror if they want it, or a Serpent, which we will counter. Luckily, it's a Serpent, so they can't have up a Dispel or anything. Spirit Mascot. I want to get that down, but like, what does it even do for us right now? Because if I play that, I can't Pursue the Past or Faithless Looting into a Fiery Temper. So I think I just Pursue the Past and see what we get. Yeah. I don't want to waste that. Let's just pass. Next turn, I can Spirit Mascot. Discard Eidolon off of Faithless Looting. They have a Terror. Just 1, luckily. Although I expect this to get countered, probably. No, I guess not. Faithless Looting. Snacker and an Eidolon. Well, that's bad. Murmuring Mystic. And I gotta take 5. Pursue the past. Alright, Spirit Mascot. No. I don't want to return this, because I want to get it back with the Pursue the Past so that they both grow. And I think I want to discard this Prismatic Strands, so I have access to that. Pyroblast is good, although... Oh, right. And then also the Snacker comes back. Perfect. Which means I have a Mountain, and I have a Pyroblast I could use on the Mystic. Of course, the chances they have a Counterspell are almost 100%, because they probably saved it for when they could use it. I still think I try. They just need a Hydro or a Dispel. Thought Scour. Okay. So they make a bird, but they do lose the Mystic. That's totally fine. So our mascots are both 4/4s, but I can flashback Strands and make it a 5/5. I guess I could attack here. Yeah, because I could block the Terror, flashback Strands to make it a 5/5, and then even if they counter that, they still trade. Plus, we're actually pressuring them better than they're pressuring us, so... Blue Blast. Yeah, that's annoying. I guess I won't use the Strands then. Attack with both. Very aggressive. Cryptic Serpent, Brainstorm, Island. I think I'm gonna Faithless Looting. Actually, maybe we Faithless from hand here. Discard these. Then flashback Pursue the Past. Just gonna grow this. The problem is they have a Sleep of the Dead to tap it. Yes, bring that back. So it's big enough to block the Terror, but I guess if they sleep it, which they will, I Prismatic Strands in response, because it's our only white creature, probably for a while. In fact, the Spirit Mascots are the only white creatures in our deck, and they could just keep it down forever, so I might as well buy a turn here. Oh, and that was the Sleep of the Dead from hand, so it was cheap. So they can tap the other one, or, oh, Deep Analysis, nice. Give me some Pyroblasts. Or Thraben Charm, actually, would be our best draw, I think. Another Mascot, and then I can Faithless Looting, and maybe still Thraben Charm if I draw the right cards. Okay, Pyroblast is good. So I discard these two. I probably just Pyroblast the Serpent, so I take less damage. I don't need to play this land, so I want to hold it for... They have 1 mana, or 1 card, but I'm going to assume it's not a removal spell. Nice. Hold this card for discards, which maybe I don't need since the Pursue the Past and we have an Eidolon, but they can definitely tap 2 of these. They're going to go for Deep Analysis first. I guess they can't really tap both of these and then attack, because then this could maybe get to 10-10. Actually, could very easily get to 10-10 and kill them. It'd be cool if they did that and didn't see the line, though. They're going to tap down this Mascot. Swing with just the Terror. We're going to chump. And they have a Serpent, too. I guess I can attack and force a chump from their bird. Ooh, Sentinel's Eyes is decent. I mean, they still get to just sleep it, but it's something. So let's Pursue the Past. Trigger all of this a couple times. Yes. Discard the Eidolon. Get these both back. Ooh. I can Fiery Temper the bird, and then they have to jump with the Serpent. I don't get it off Faithless Looting this way, but that's still worthwhile, for sure. Because then all they have is a Terror, and I'm at 17, so I'm actually not worried anymore. They have a Lorien revealed, and a Ponder, Brainstorm, and we win that game. That was a close one for a little while, but we got there. Alright, this one looks good enough. We got some card draw, a bit of our value engine, and a Pyroblast. Start with a Crag. Double Eidolon. Could be pretty good with this Faithless and Thrilling Discovery. They just go for a Mental Note. Hit a Tolarian Terror. So I'll probably just Faithless, discard these, and hold a Pyroblast next turn. Thraben Charm is pretty tempting, but I think because of the Pyro, I'm just going to do this. Fiery Temper, we'll discard that later. This means my Thrilling Discovery is pretty much just a straight draw 3. They cycle a Lorien. If they don't go for Terrors this turn, then I absolutely can just like hold up Pyro for a Thraben Charm later, but they definitely have 6 spells, including a Deep Analysis, so I'm going to have to just try to fight this. Probably gets counterspelled. Then I blow up their graveyard. Dispelled. I hope there's not 2 Terrors. Okay, there are not. That's very good. I think we need a Thraben Charm because they could still have a Cryptic Serpent, and they have a Deep Analysis here, even though it means I don't get to do anything else. And I have to do it now because they might be out of Dispels, but they could have a counterspell. Alright. It's pretty good getting rid of that. Still dealing with the Terror is difficult. Start with the Ponder. They play an Island, Brainstorm, swing for 5, pass. I mean, double Thrilling is nice. I feel like the first Thrilling is going to get countered, but I can't do much about that. I could go for a Pursue the Past instead, but I don't know. I'd rather try to draw 3, I think, especially since I just got another one. They do have a Blue Blast for it, though. I will go to end step and pass. Mental Note hits another Deep Analysis. Island, swing for 5. They Cast that, draw 2 cards, ponder, pursue the past. I'm going to Thrilling Discovery and hope it doesn't get countered. I wish I was drawing lands naturally so I could just like do another one if it does, but what am I supposed to do? I think we're going to die, fortunately. All the Hydroblasts. They have a Lorien Revealed. We do get a Plains. I guess we'll pursue the past. They have another blast. I will pursue again. Finally resolving something, but we're going to 3 here. Yeah, not really sure what we can do. They have a Ponder. They have a Thought Scour, Brainstorm. Desperately looking for more creatures. They didn't find them, but they could definitely have counter spells. Play a Mascot. They have a counter spell. Sure. Scrapwork Mutt. They have a counter spell. Okay, unfortunate. All right, let's try again here. I feel like this deck's pretty powerful, and we're getting maybe a little unlucky, but also just maybe don't know quite how to play the deck yet. All right, we got a Mountain. A little slow of a start because of the Boros Garrison here, but I think the value in our hand makes up for it. Also, it looks like we're against, maybe is it Control, which would be one where we don't need to be that fast. Could also be Jeskai. Yeah. Cycle Lorien in the upkeep, and we got a Garrison. Oh no, we must discard. How terrible. Yeah, we'll just discard the Eidolon, which comes back for free. Preordain, and a Campfire from their side. Spirit Mascot. Probably just want to get the Snacker going. The Mascot could just die to a Scred or a Bolt here. I'd rather have the Strands in the discard for it first. Let's draw or bring this back. Discard Strands and Snacker. Another Snacker. They're going to Campfire. Just keep discarding the Eidolon because it keeps coming back with everything we have in hand. They're going to pass. Oh, it's Teamer. Interesting. We'll attack with a Snacker. Unfortunately, it looks like we might miss some land drops if we don't draw some here. Certainly going to try to get there with Pursue the Past. So they might not counter. Nice. Snacker. No land, unfortunately. Well, we got to discard 2, but it could be an Eidolon and a Fiery Temper, which I guess just goes face. It's probably not going to kill much. Clearly they are, I might as well use the red mana here. And they are Teamer, which means probably Chrysalis. They could still be on Terror and Mystic and stuff. There's Mystic, for example. Sentinel's Eyes, swing. Like, I want to get a Mascot down, but I really want to try to hit our lands. Scred one of these. Okay. Well, since they Scred and probably going to block, I'm certainly going to just bring these back right away with the Pursue the Past. Discarding, I guess, just the Eidolon again. All right, we do get a land. Not bad. 2 red means just Scrapwork Mud, I think. I can discard a Sentinel's Eyes, which can come back later. They haven't had any real card advantage, which is nice, so I could attack with the Scrapwork Mutt, and if they block, then I could try to bargain a Torch the Tower, but I think that's a little much when they have tons of counterspell mana up. They're going to bolt one of these and then block. They could have a counterspell for the Pursue, but then I have a Faithless, so it's not that bad. So let's Pursue. They do have the counterspell. I'll get this back. Then we'll Faithless Looting. If they have a counter for that, that's fine. Spell Pierce, sure. They're out of cards, though, so not too bad for us, although the Snackers don't come back. Get them with the Epicure. And next turn I can play a Mascot that instantly grows to like a 6/6, which is kind of cool. They'll swing for 2. Maybe I just play double Mascot so that they both grow. Yeah, I think that's probably better. We still have the Prismatic if we want to blank a Scred or something. Another Mascot. I'll just do this now in case I hit a land drop, especially a tapped one. Nice. Oh, actually, I can get Sentinel's Eyes out this turn. So let's do that. Getting rid of a couple cards that don't matter. Oh, right. I forgot how this works. Sentinel's Eyes. They have another Spell Pierce. That's totally fine. It does make them a bird. Sentinel's Eyes is leaving the graveyard, which means it triggers these, but also Sentinel's Eyes as a cost is exiling 2 cards from your graveyard independently of each other, which means that it triggers both the Mascots twice. This is actually something I first learned because my brother has a original Quintorius Commander deck and uses that trick, and it's super sweet. And yeah, they have a Bonder's Ornament, but can't activate it this turn, so we're going to be able to get in for a ton here because we start with Scrapwork Mutt to discard the Eidolon, which will then come out of the grave. Perfect. So then we Pursue the Past. That's going to trigger these. They can't fire. Get this back. Discard it again. Snackers all come back, which are each independently going to trigger these. And then we still have that Sentinel's Eyes. Although everything in our graveyard actually we want to get back, so I guess I'm not doing that yet. That's fine. We will attack with the team, and if they want to block the Scrapwork Mutt, I will Torch the Tower on this Mystic. Cast with Bargain. Sacking this Scrapwork Mutt to deal 3 and scry 1, and then kill it. Basically just a fancy bolt, but that one went really well, mostly because they used all of their like cantrips and stuff before the Mystic came out, and just didn't find much after that. Graveyard might matter. Strands might matter. Strands for breath weapons probably good enough. I guess it's mostly Pyroblasts we want here, though. Sentinel's Eyes doesn't seem that important, although it is really good, as we just saw, just to trigger these guys. Epic Cures probably get blocked. Probably don't need the Torch the Towers, actually. Maybe we do, like, one of these. This hand, if we draw a mountain, it'd be great, but we can't rely on that. Ooh, this one's not great either, unless we get a card draw spell, of which we have a lot. You know, it hits land drops. I think maybe we'll keep it against a control matchup and just hope that we draw what we need and that we hopefully don't draw just a ton of lands. Okay, Thrilling Discovery is good. It could get Spell Pierced here, but they don't have actual double counterspell, like double bloom, I mean. So I'm going to go for it. They could also Hydroblast it, but it's really good if it resolves, and I'm not going to wait 2 turns to play around Spell Pierce and then potentially get actually counterspelled. So, and it is going to work. Get rid of a Snacker and a land. And get some decent cards. I mean, Snacker and Eidolon aren't bad, but I definitely need like a Pursue the Past to really make these good enough. But getting through 3 cards is still pretty nice. They Preordain, scratch you to the bottom. We do get a Pursue the Past. Unless you have a reason for like haste or something, Fiery Temper off of this, you pretty much always want to attack the Snacker first, so that if they try to kill it in combat so they don't take damage, you can get it right back. Snacker and a Thrilling Discovery. All right. Things are going well. I was worried, but you can't really keep the hand where you need to draw a land on turn 2, but keeping a hand where you need to draw a draw spell in a deck just filled with draw spells is definitely okay. I do have a Thraben Charm for this, so I guess I attack. Yeah, I think that's fine. Attack, they're going to block. I can Thraben Charm it, trade that and the Snacker, but then I can get the Snacker right back immediately. Or they just take it. That's fine too. In which case, we're still going to go for the Discovery, because I want to get through some cards. Yeah. Things are going okay, but they're not going amazing because I am still getting flooded and don't quite have enough card draw. Like I have one more Pursue the Past and then I might be out if I don't draw into some more stuff. They're cracking a Spawn. I could go for a Thraben Charm here. I think it's probably too risky just because they could just simply have a Scred or whatever to pick off a Snacker in response. They do get a Mystic, and now we get a Pyroblast. All right, well, let's Pursue the Past with a Pyroblast up. If they try to counter this, then I'll kill the Mystic. All right, we got Faithless. I probably still want to kill Mystic. They could have a Spell Pierce, though. But again, I don't think I want to... They might not be playing counterspells, I guess, just because their mana's tougher. But they're going to Red Elemental Blast a Snacker just to make a bird. I'm pretty okay with them using a Blast on that. Wait, no. Red Elemental Blast is only good against Snacker. That's kind of a weird one for them to bring in. I was going to say, oh, I'm glad they didn't use that on something else, but like... That's the only thing to use it on. Okay. Admiral's good for sure. We do have some removal. Start with a Faithless Looting to get back our Snacker. Just getting so many lands. I mean, I think we're discarding lands, and I think I'm playing an Eidolon because I can't Thraben Charm down the Chrysalis yet, but if I play this out, then I could next turn. And yeah, I could also sack this to make it so the Chrysalis can't block, but since they just have the bird to block, that's not really worthwhile. All right, they're going to pass. Scrapwork Mutt. We're going to cast that. Just another creature. So if they just have a way to kill one of these, they don't have a way to kill all of them. Unfortunately, they could have a breath weapon, which would be pretty bad. I don't think I want a mascot yet. I think I just want to try to kill this Chrysalis. If they breath weapon in response, it's going to be pretty bad. Oh, look. It's a breath weapon in response, isn't it? Yep. Well, I'm still going to kill Chrysalis with another Thraben Charm, but I guess they could have a counterspell for that. Yeah, pretty bad. If the mascot doesn't get killed or countered, maybe I can come back with that, but pretty tough. They have a Pulsa Marasa for the Chrysalis. Ugh, it's annoying too. And another Mystic. They have Chrysalis in hand, 2 unknowns. Attack for 3. I'm going to cast a mascot. I can return all these, but they don't grow this. I think I'm going to say no, although I don't currently have another way to get them back. And they can obviously just like bolt this in response, but now I'm going to Looting, which will grow this a bunch with the Snackers, assuming it doesn't just get Scredded in response. Counterspell. Yeah, it's annoying. And they have the Scred. All right, we are dead. There's no way we're coming back from this. Let's just go to the next one. All right. We'll give this a try. We need white mana. We have a lot of sources for it. We have a Scrapwork Mutt we can cast. I guess we can almost cast an Eidolon if we needed to, but that's always a bad sign. Discard this. I should have discarded the white one because, again, I can't even cast it yet, but Okay, they just have a relic immediately, but they're stuck on one land, but they have a relic, which would be great for us to take advantage of if I had white mana. Okay, they're discarding already. It's going to be a pretty goofy game, I can feel. Spirit Mascot. Skred. Is this a trigger? Return this card from your graveyard? Yeah, so they can just exile in response. I guess in case they don't, I have nothing else to spend my mana on. Okay. I just wanted to draw a card. No land from them. Okay, we got our white source. It's a tapped one, of course, but that is good. They found a land, though. That's not fair. Thrilling Discovery. I think I just want a Discovery here. Try to draw into some more lands and stuff. Yeah, Counterspell. Man, imagine if we had our white mana on time. I mean, we would have probably just won the game. Snacker will pursue the past. Expected will get countered and then exiled. Yup. Brainstorm. Preordain. Discard 2 to the bottom. They do find their land. Lucky. We get to pursue the past, which can get out of Snacker before they can exile it, since they don't have the mana. Of course, they get to exile the pursue the past, but I think that's better. Yeah, because this I can't cast until next turn anyway, so I guess actually I want to just play a Mascot, although it probably just gets Breath Weaponed if they have another one of those. Maybe I should have waited till I had a Sentinel's Eyes on it. I don't know. They go for a Brainstorm. Tap land. They're going to Skred right away. It's gone. Sentinel's Eyes, Crag, and I think we're just casting an Eidolon. That's where we're at. They have a Chris. I can kill Chris by playing another one of these, and then Thraben Charming it. Crag. Attack for 5. They take it. They have another one. Indeed. Boros Garrison. Amazing. I guess I just pick up a land. Even with the Fiery Temper, I can't quite kill this, so we'll pass. Crack a spawn, and another for a Mystic. Scrapwork Mutt. I think I'm discarding this Crag, because I could do a Fiery Temper, but I think I'd prefer to have that as a secret. And I don't really care if it's cheaper. It's a land, so it doesn't matter. Pass the turn. They have another Pulsa Marasa on a Chrysalis. Gonna make it pretty hard to burn them out. I don't think I've seen a red Elemental Blast at all. They have a second Mystic. We are just drawing garrisons. Pretty positive we're dead, but I guess theoretically if we get like a Thrilling Discovery, discard these into like some other good stuff. You get there, crack their spawn, go for a Breath Weapon. Yeah, I was anticipating this, so I can protect both of these with our Eidolons. And also I guess I can kill a Mystic if this doesn't get countered with a Temper now, which I might as well do now because then the Relic doesn't exile these until they crack it. One Mystic down, and Azure Fleet Admiral. Sure. Thrilling Discovery, please. Okay, I'm just going to concede. Drawing terribly. What are you going to do? All right, this hand is decent. We have the Snacker early, and then a bunch of removal. I mean, that's the main thing. Looks like we're against Jund, probably. Mascot. I guess we go with the Mascot against Jund. Just like we were talking about before, it's more damage than just doing the Snacker, and Jund is a deck that I wouldn't mind getting some quick damage in, some aggression. They have a Spell Bomb. Well, that's annoying, but a Refurb is less annoying, I guess. Man, we're going to discard Snacker because if I get another Snacker or like a red source, I could Fiery Temper off the Pursue. And if they want to correct the Spell Bomb, you know, they're going to do it at some point anyway. Yeah, so I'm going to cast this anyway because they're still going to make something leave our graveyard, which means this will grow and I can attack in. They should have waited until I actually resolve this because I could discard another Snacker, which I'm not going to, but also I could, they could get rid of the Pursue the Past, which has flashback, so, but that's okay. I'm going to discard the Torch because I already have these Fiery Tempers, although we don't hit our land drop, which is annoying. Swing for 3, no attacks, we get another Snacker. They could have Toxin Analysis for this. I feel like it's more likely they just have like Fanatical Offering, but don't really want to lose this. Either way, I'm not getting in for damage, so I don't think there's really a reason to attack. Let's pursue Snacker. We do get a land, a Mountain even, which is very nice. Play an Epic here. And if they don't do anything because I don't attack, that's totally fine. But I think the best case if I attack is they Fanatical this, which they can do anyway. And if they Toxin it, I don't really want to. They Lembus. And now next turn I can Fiery Temper the Refurb, and I don't even have to worry about any of that. Another Refurb. Well, it's going to get rid of another Fiery. I can't Madness, but I'm not going to get rid of my only Discovery. Would love a Mountain, so I could just like discard both of these, pick off both, and then attack for a bunch. Strands. Strands isn't bad to have in the yard. I think that's fine enough to Discovery. I could do this after I attack with the Snacker, but we actually get Sentinel's Eyes, which is kind of nice. So I don't really need Vigilance on this right now. I guess I put it on the Epic Gear for just like extra damage here. If they want to block that one, that's totally fine. And they do block, totally fine. Might have a Chrysalis here. All right. If they also have a Spell Bomb, that'd be annoying, but as long as they don't have a Spell Bomb, we're probably good. Ooh, another Mascot? Perfect. Because then I Sentinel's Eyes. I guess at this point it probably makes sense to do it here. We'll get a bunch of counters so I can attack into the Chrysalis, even if it grows bigger. I guess if I didn't do that, I could have attacked and with Snacker, and if they blocked with the Chris, I could Fiery Temper it, but then this Mascot wouldn't be big enough to survive Chrysalis, so that seems not very good. Can always do that next turn, potentially, assuming they don't have another Chrysalis. Gixian, Krark, sure. Not too worried about the Krark. If they give it Death Touch, they lose both their big guys, and I also have a Strands. I think we're just gonna Thrilling and all lands, not quite what I wanted. Pretty sure we can pick off this Infiltrator, though. They only have 2 things to sacrifice, so it'll be a 4/3, and anything they sacrifice to a Krark is gonna deal it damage as well. If they want to Fanatical it, that's totally fine. Yeah, it's gone. Strands. Can't attack with the Mascot, or the small Mascot, that is. But they're going to jump with the Krark, Garrison back a Mountain, pass. Vigilance is actually really nice too, I'm realizing, because it lets you hold up Strands even with attacking with all your Mascots, so that's cool. Refurb, not a big deal. Happy to discard. Viscerator's Insight, Blood Token, a Mountain, Fiery Temper. Let's Pursue the Past, discarding a Temper to take out the Familiar. Now, if I attack with everything, pretty much have to block here. If they block here, they take 13, which is lethal even with the Lembus. So they pretty much have to chump. Nice. Crack their Lembus. Garrison to pick up a Plains. They have a Cast Down. Fair enough. And a Lembus. If they have an untapped land for the Lembus, then they could stay alive for this turn. Assuming I can't have 2 ways to get cards out of our graveyard, which actually we definitely can, so we'll be fine. Sentinel's Eyes does it by itself, or I can like Mutt, discard the Eidolon, Discovery, bring it back, whatever. Alright, Dust to Dust is good, and maybe a Thraben Charm. Strands is decent against Krark. That's about it. Don't really need Torch the Towers. Probably not Epicure either. We will keep this one. Definitely can use some more card draw, but that's okay. Start with a Crag. Duress. Well, I wish I started with the Mountain, I guess. It's only 3 damage. It's not the end of the world, but still. We'll go with a Mascot. If they kill it right away, so be it, but rather be there to start growing, which it could if we get a way to discard and draw the Snacker immediately. No red mana, or I guess they're just trying to cast down right away maybe. Thrilling Discovery, perfect. Let's do that. Snacker, Eidolon, we draw them right back. They have a Fairy Macabre for us. Oh, okay, that's annoying. Battle of the Fairies, and we lost. The Duress was inconsequential, pretty much. The Cast Down was good. The Macabre was good. No Bridges is something good for us, though. If we get another Thrilling Discovery, oh my gosh, and now a Spell Bomb. Well, Mutt, discard a Snacker. Doesn't do anything. All right, we can force them to use the Spell Bomb at least by drawing our 3rd card. We will not discard the Eidolon since they're going to probably crack this for the Snacker. Again, they should wait till the trigger's on the stack, but I don't have another way to trigger in response, so it's fine. And we're getting so flooded. It feels like this happens a lot post board. I guess that could partially be because I take out some ways to draw more cards, but I don't feel like, I mean, we haven't even seen any of our sideboard cards. Maybe just unluckiness. They're not having the best time either, which is good because it's only turn 5 and we're already casting an Eidolon. No green mana though means no Chrysalis. Could have a Krark or a Breath Weapon, though. Terminate. I guess I'll sack it. It doesn't really matter. Swing and pass. They have an Offering. Bridge. Krark. If they want a Krark for 1, I can at least force them to sack a 2nd artifact with the Strands, which is basically all we got. Then again, I guess by letting the Mutt go to the grave, I can actually draw a new card. Yeah, they might wait till they map onto it. Oh no, they're going to do it now. Yeah, I mean, I'll force them to sack a land. I'm happy with that trade. Do I want to Mutt? No, I don't get any damage, but I could maybe draw into something useful this turn. I think yes. If I draw any way to draw 2 cards, I probably shouldn't have played the land because I could get a Thrilling Discovery. I guess I wouldn't have been able to play it, but no, I could still, yeah. Anyway, Sentinel's Eyes, not great. If I had any way to draw 1 additional card, like an Epicure or any of our draw 2s, then I could have snackered, which would have been decent. I don't think the 2 damage next turn that I could maybe get if they don't have a blocker, was super relevant. Duress. Only really annoying if I get a Thrilling Discovery and now can't use it. Okay, but we gotta Pursue the Past, so that's fine. Oh, right, we do have an Eidolon, so I would be able to use it either way. I guess I discard this because I have other ways to draw, but it's not even that much better than a land. Yeah, we'll discard it again. Mountain, Scrapwork. I mean, I guess I'll discard this. It's a little risky here just because they could have a spell bomb on their turn, but what can you do? They didn't before, so they have to draw into it. There's a Wildfire. Another Chris. I mean, we're definitely ahead of them in advantage, but we might just start dying to Chrysalises. So we really need to find like Spirit Mascot or something. So pursue the past, bring these back, discard. There's a mascot. Cast, not bring back the Eidolon because I want to bring it back with the pursue. Although I guess I want to have this one in the grave first, so maybe I Scrapwork Mutt. But then I can't pursue this turn. Probably fine. I have Sentinel's Eyes, grow the mascot for Epicure, and I guess one other card. Everything else has utility, so maybe I Scrapwork Mutt first, discard a land, then Sentinel's Eyes, land, Epicure. Grow this out of breath weapon range and such. And just big enough to block, well, not quite block the Chrysalis. We still have a Prismatic Strands as well, if need be. But they have a cast down for the mascot. That's pretty annoying. And they have a spell bomb, of course. Our whole livelihood is in that graveyard. Troublemaker Oof gets rid of a mutt, I guess. Spell bomb. Everything's gone. They're out of cards, but their guys are just too big. I can't even triple block to kill. We'll take 6. Looting. I should have played Boros Garrison first, but that's fine. Fiery Temper. Take out the Oof. Here's a Garrison. Pick this up. Now we will Faithless again. Okay. Mascot and a Thraben Charm. That does mean I can kill 1 Chris. So I think we attack then. They don't even have an Eviscerator's Insight or anything. They're going to block 2. We will kill one of these guys. And they're going to take 2. All right. Mascot's currently just a 2/2. We have no way to grow it unless our other guys die. But we're in an okay spot now. And they just got to land. That's great. We just got to land. If I attack with everything, they maybe take 4, 6. I think we just attack with these. If Snacker gets blocked, I can't actually bring it back this turn, or at all right now. But we got in for 4 damage, and once the Mutts die, I can start bringing them back to grow the mascot. They have a Wellspring. That's a good draw with so much mana. Limbus. Scry at the top. Gixie and Infiltrator. That could be problematic. They only have 2 things they can manually sacrifice right now, but they could definitely get up there. Dust to Dust. Okay. I can get rid of both of these. I guess they can sack this, so I'd probably get rid of Wellspring and a land. It's not the best thing ever, but do I attack? I could just kill them both. I don't think so. I could get rid of 2 lands, then they're on 1 red mana, but that doesn't seem super necessary. Yeah, they're sacking the Lembas anyway, so I didn't need to get rid of that. And if they get a draw 2 or an Oof, I'd like them to not have a Wellspring to sacrifice. Just another land. Fiery Temper. I guess I can kill this Infiltrator. I probably should while they don't have any mana up or any way to grow it beyond 3 toughness. So let's do that. And we'll pass. Just hold on to this Craig for, anything to discard it with. They're going to pass. Another Dust to Dust. I mean, it's not the best thing ever, but we might as well take out 2 lands because they could get a string of card draw. They cycle a Landscape, a Wellspring, and then a Fanatical Offering. Used all their mana though, so maybe if we get some good stuff here, something. Pursue the Past would be a good one. No. Is it time to attack the Scrapwork Mutts? I think so. I just want some way to grow this mascot. So we'll deal 2, and I'm just gonna unearth it now. I know I'm wasting damage, but I'm trying to make something happen. Nope. Didn't make anything happen. Perfect. Another Landscape. Play a land. Map onto Chrysalis. Chrysalis on top. Oh boy. And a cast down. And a Weather the Storm for 6 life. I mean, they can start attacking, which is pretty bad for us. I think they should probably sack there. And it's kind of a tough call, but like if they did, then I'd be on a 3-turn clock. But any like Thrilling Discovery or something draws me or gains me life. So we finally get back to Snacker, draw some more stuff. This is some more stuff. Thrilling Discovery again. We're honestly getting pretty close to decking, but I don't think we're not drawing. Discard our hand. Thraben Charm plus Fiery Temper can almost kill Chrysalis, but not quite. So I gotta just go at face. Attack for 2. I guess if they blocked, yeah, they might have suspected if I Fiery Tempered this though. Like blocked, then in response I could have done it. But I think we're just passing. I mean, 11 cards in our deck. I'm not sure how we really get there, especially because they have another Chrysalis, which I can kill that if they sack a spawn proactively, assuming they don't have something else. No way they have another one. Okay, landscape. Swing. Take 7. Prismatic Strands. Perfect against some Chrysalis. I guess we just pass. I don't even know what we have left in our deck. That's 2 mascots, 3, so 1 left. I don't know. Cleansing Wildfire. You got it. Cast down. But they used a mana from a spawn, which might prove to be a bit of a mistake because I can try to kill this Chrysalis in response. They didn't need to because they surely have enough mana otherwise, but they wanted to probably grow it for more damage anyway. All right, so that dies. I feel like we haven't had that many snackers either, right? Okay, 3. So 1 of those left. I was thinking there's fewer. Terminate. Okay, well, I guess I'm dead next turn. If we don't get a blocker or something. Snacker, Unearth Mutt, discard Snacker. Crag gains a life, doesn't matter. We're dead. Strands obviously can't prevent colorless damage, in case you're wondering. It was mostly in there for Krark. I feel like maybe it's not quite what I need. Even in the late game, like Gorilla Shaman seems honestly not bad. I'm not sure that's the right call, but having some way to pressure them a little bit more, like their resources, I feel like could be good. All right, this one's okay. Faithless Looting, Snacker, Mountain. Unless we get a Faithless, I can't Snacker immediately, though. Or if I get a Plains, that would work too, which would probably be my best draw. Mountain. I could Scrap work, but I don't think that's better than just Garrison here. Spellbomb. Yep, unfortunately, I was not fast enough. So those are gone. Thrilling Discovery. Get rid of a couple of mountains. Crag. Go ahead. They have another Spellbomb. Perfect. Man, this is annoying. Just gonna double scrap work. Not even discard the Eidolon because we're flooded with lands, so might as well keep it around. There's Chris. I can kill Chris, though. Mascot. Thraben Charm. Swing with the team. Troublemaker Oof gets rid of a Mutt. That's annoying. Eidolon just to make this so this can't block. I think I'll play the other one and then they attack and then I'll prevent the damage to them to trade this for the Oof, I guess. They could just like Fanatical or like Cast Down, but whatever. Yeah, they'll just block like this. Okay. Fanatical. Geeksian Infiltrator. Grow it. Or maybe grow the Oof. No. Infiltrator, Offering on top. Definitely going to leave that. Another Eidolon. I guess I make it so that this one can't block. I feel like we're definitely going to lose, but this is what I got. Swing with the team. Cast down the mascot. Take 4. Swing for 4. We get a Garrison. Play an Eidolon. Swing with the team. Block the Mutt. I'll just let that go. They're going to Offering it anyway. Garrison, pick up a Plains. Terminate one of these guys. Finally crack a Spellbomb. No weather. For 12. All right. We're going to lose. This is not going great. All right. We got to mulligan this. This one's okay. Not great, but we'll keep. Against something black. All right. Worst case, double Epicure in 2 turns can get our Snacker back. We're against white-black. Play another Epicure. Swing. I probably should have played the Mountain just so that I had up-torched the tower because I don't need the white mana yet. I mean, Glintblade is what I'm expecting. Looks like that is in fact what it is. All right, we're discarding Snacker here. Discarding Eidolon here. Snacker returns. Torch this guy. Attack for 2. Amazingly, we drew all lands throughout that. So our start is okay, but our hand is garbage. Scry one to the top. Grim Bauble picks off the Snacker, and then they have a Bog. No, Barons. Okay, if I can get a way to draw it back. Oh my gosh. I feel like this deck seems fine. It's just I'm mostly drawing terribly. I understand there's a lot of card draw, so even with a reasonable number of lands, I can sometimes get flooded. But I feel like I'm getting flooded way more than I should. So maybe we need to cut the lands down 1 or 2 or something else. But they have an Inspector, Refurb, and a Mountain. Perfect. It was like 21 lands, wasn't it? I mean, if our deck is humming, there's tons of ways to use our mana because everything has flashback. But I'm feeling like there's too much. They duress us. Look, we got a little advantage, but they also know we have nothing now. We'll take 2. See if they have a Ninja or something for it. No. Pass. Fiery Temper. Pass the turn. Crack a Limbus. They could have a Ninja or something, but they didn't last turn. And if they do and they replay Refurb, I can get the Fiery Temper for free value. So I think we're just going to let it go. Or if they just play another Refurb here, I can Madness. Faithless Looting. There's something. I feel like I'm going to get Thraben Charmed, so it's not going to be that effective, though. Discard 2 lands. I probably should have discarded the Temper, but yes, here's the Charm. Perfect. Spirit Mascot, pass the turn. They're going to just kill that. Sure, I'll just kill this while they're tapped low. They're going to attack. I mean, I'm going to double block. It feels like they're attacking because they might have a ninja. If they're attacking because they have like a cast down and they're going to use it on one of these guys, I'm kind of okay with that. They do. Omen of the Dead gets back refurb, so I lose 3 Open Charm. That's annoying. But that was kind of my fault. I guess we'll pass. Kind of my fault because I could have discarded the Fiery Temper and then I would have had a land in hand, so I just bit on tilt. I feel like this deck should not be performing this poorly. They have Okiba Gang Shinobi. Okay, let's see if some Dust to Dusts and Gorilla Shamans can work some magic. Epicures are fine, I guess. Alright, this one is decent. See what we can do here. Duress is annoying, but luckily we have 2 discoveries, so they can't stop us from using the first one, just the second one. I think I want to keep the Scrapwork Mutt, so let's just do Snacker and a Mountain here. Double Fiery Temper. I guess I wish I had kept the Mountain over the Plains. I think that's probably generally the case anyway. I just figured since they had seen the Mountain, I'd get rid of it, but that's not really that big of a deal. They Lembus. I mean, I guess if I get a Dust to Dust here, it would be all worthwhile. But let's Mutt, discard a Temper. We have a pretty aggressive start. Also, that's a second red source, which is good. If they play a creature, I can Fiery Temper it, still get in for 4 damage. Bauble. I guess Bauble, Glint Hawk, Bauble would be pretty annoying. Okay, that's an Inspector, though. Okay. They killed the Snacker and didn't have a way to stop it from coming back, so that's cool. So I'll just bring it right back, pick off this Inspector, swing for 2, Radiant Fountain, Lembus, Pursue the Past. Let's swing for 4, see what they got. I assume there'll be like a cast down or something. If not, I mean, we're still going to Pursue the Past, bringing back Eidolon, discarding Fiery Temper. I can always do that with a Faithless Leading later to kill a creature. I think I'll just discard the Eidolon again. Well, we drew another Fiery Temper, which is fine. I can like Faithless Looting double Fiery next turn if I really want, but they're going to blow up the graveyard. No, okay, Lembus. Fair enough. Yeah, I guess if they were going to blow up the graveyard, they would have done it before I got the Eidolon back, maybe? I don't know. With a Thraben Charm, that is. Well, we'll see what they got. Arms of Adar. Sure. Not that bad, honestly. Spellbomb. Pretty bad, honestly. Yep. We're not quite close enough to burn them out, so I'm not going to discard a Fiery Temper right there, or I'm not going to cast one at the end step there, but I will Madness it here. Draw another Mountain. Pass. Hydra Infiltration. Never seen this. When it enters, target opponent discards 2 cards. Whenever a creature you control attacks alone, target opponent loses a life and you gain a life. Sure. I'll discard these 2 cards that I have no problem discarding. If I don't draw anything relevant, like having the Eidolon to play would be nice, but I think I'd rather have the Torch to kill a blocker here. Blocker / infiltration trigger. Another Epicure attack for 1. They're low-ish on resources, but still 2 cards in hand, some clues. Lembus, Grimbauble, a lot of activated abilities on their side. Play a Plains, crack a Lembus, pass. Pursue the Past. Swing for 2. Cast down an Epicure. Beautiful. We're going to Pursue the Past because we get the Eidolon back. Discard it right away. 2 more lands. I guess we'll Pursue the Past. Discard Eidolon. Play a Crag and pass. Lembus. Another Lembus. It's a lot of life to get through. Thrilling Discovery. Scrapwork Mutt. Discards a Snacker. Thrilling Discovery. They have the Thraben Charm this time. Doing it in response to the Eidolon does mean I can get the Snacker back still with this blood token. So they didn't necessarily do it wrong there because they got rid of the Eidolon, but they did not get the Snacker. And I don't love discarding those now, but I certainly will since it's what I have. I could play a Gorilla Shaman and blow up 1 artifact, but if they kill it, I don't get that much value. I think it's better to save it, and next turn I get to blow up all 3 lands and a clue if they still have that, maybe a Bauble. Whereas I could have played it and blown up the clue, which could be good because they might use it right here, but I think blowing up all of their black sources next turn is going to be a lot better than them like killing it off right here, you know? I think the Gorilla Shaman next turn will clinch the game, and here it would have just been minorly useful. Core Skyfisher, pick up the Bauble, replay it, I assume. Hit the Snacker. All right, we're just going to Gorilla Shaman because I think this will win us the game. Slowly, but they lost half their mana, including all their black sources. Seems pretty good. They crack a Lembus, and that's all they got. Scrapwork Mutt, discard a Snacker, and then play a Spirit Mascot. Torch the tower with Bargain, sacking the Scrapwork Mutt. I don't really need that. Swing for 2, and then I'll Faithless Looting, bring back the Snackers. All right, Gorilla Shaman did some work. Let's go again. See if we can get a single match. This hand is decent. Would love an untapped, or I guess turn 1 a tapped white source. So I could Snacker on turn 2, but they have the Spell Bomb right away. I mean, I feel like this has got a very powerful draw engine, a lot of good stuff going for it. The fact that we're wrecked so hard by removal, Graveyard removal, is pretty unfortunate, I will say, for sure. Let's see. So I could go for a Discovery right now. Double Snacker. I mean, they're single Snacker, they're going to pop it on. I think I'm just going to play a Mascot. I don't love that because it could get Tithing Bladed. I haven't seen a Tithing Blade at all, though I feel like they'll probably be playing some. They might have gone away from playing like a full play set because it's not as good. And Bobble's powerful, and there's other stuff, but I feel like they're still probably playing a couple. Hydra Infiltration, we discard 2 cards. Well, I guess that's got to be a Snacker now. So, yeah, they can blow up Spellbomb if they want. Certainly going to be doing it when I cast a Discovery this turn. Doing the upkeep. I'm going to play another Mascot, because if they wait until this is on the field, then I actually get to... I actually don't want a Discovery here. I think I want a Faithless Looting. Or I could just Scrapwork Mutt. Yeah, because that doesn't use anything in my hands, which is fine because I don't really want to discard these. If they let it go, then I just get in some extra damage here. That's fine. Do I want to discard any? I guess I can discard 1, because I can always get it back. Or rather, I'm going to probably end up discarding one of these cards anyway, so I might as well just do it and get through some more cards. I guess they're fine not correcting the Spellbomb because they can get an extra card later out of it, but I don't know. Again, we grew these guys, and then they're going to grow again if/when they crack the Spellbomb. So Glinthawk back the Lembas, I assume, and another Spellbomb. Why not? Sure, we can Discovery now. Discard these 2, and then make them crack a Spellbomb. Growing these, I get in for 8. We also got another Mascot, and Dust to Dust is probably going to be pretty good next turn. They Chump Block. Fan of that. Radiant Fountain. Lembas again. Lembas again. I have 10 damage on board. It could be 13. If I could Dust to Dust here, which might be the play, but I think I'm going to go for a Discovery. If I get an untapped white, I can do both. Wasn't necessarily a request to get all lands, but okay. Yes, that's what I wanted. I want them to crack a Lembas here so that I might still just want to blow up their lands. It doesn't cut them off mana. Blowing up these doesn't do as much. I think their mana is too important. I don't know how they can stop all 3 of these if they only have like 4 mana. I guess like untapped land, they go Tithing Blade, Glinthawk Tithing Blade could do some work. Skyfisher, pick up the Infiltration. Mortuary Mire for Glinthawk, sure. They can go up to 9. So they can block here. They don't even have to chump if I don't get a way to trigger these. Pursue is pretty good. That's going to allow me to trigger these. Ooh, and Gorilla Shaman, but we'll do that next turn. First I want to grow all these, force him to chump a big guy, or cast down at the very least. All right. Hey, look at that. We won 1 match. I feel like this deck's way better than it performed. I certainly am new to the deck, and so maybe it's just user error. I'm fully admitting I made some mistakes, and there were probably some mistakes I didn't even realize. But it also just did get a little unlucky. Feels like there's maybe 1 or 2 lands too many, in my opinion. Maybe put in a couple more Epicures or some more removal or something like that. But there's a lot of cool stuff going on here. I do like it a lot. Since I'm not that much of a combo player, I might like this better than like a Tireless Tribe version, but to be honest, that version might still be better. And maybe I do need to try it out because, well, that is a combo. It's still very mid-rangey, and I'll probably get around to doing that at some point. So in any case, thanks so much for watching. Thanks to my current $10 and up supporters. If you want to support me on a monthly basis, you can join my YouTube memberships where you get early access to my videos. Thanks to my current $10 and up supporters, Howard Granger, JDNPX, Halkaz, Cody Cowell, DJ Vinyl, and Buns We Bust, Brotaku BC, Mr. Soleo, Paladillan C, and Blackjack Davey. I really appreciate the support, and I'll see you all next time.